Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we have continued our student performance analysis machine learning project part third. Okay, this is our third part of this project. Okay, if you have not watched my previous two video, first of all, watch the previous two video. Just go to my channel and find out the Kaggle project discussion playlist. And in Kaggle project discussion playlist, you have to see student performance analysis part 1 and a student performance analysis part 2. First of all, watch these two video and then jump to the part third. Okay, in the previous video we have worked on the visualization part, as we have plot the different types of visualization and check the sample mean, population mean, as well as the like a z score of the value. Okay, so same thing we have continued this part third, and in part third video we have checked the first of all the we have set the passing marks of the student to pass the three subject individually. Okay, so first of all I just assign the pass marks equal to 40. First of all I just assign the pass marks equal to 40 and the figure size is equal to 18:12. Okay, and I just create a one column pass math. Okay, in pass math column we have just defined np.where our math score column less than pass marks. Okay, if less than pass marks then fail, and if math score column is greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, same thing I just create a pass reading column, uh, create a one pass reading column, and I just define the np.where data reading score less than pass marks. If a student is less than pass marks then fail, and if a student is greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, and the same thing I just write, create a one column pass writing np.where writing score less than pass marks is fail, and if a student score greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, so I just create a three column, and in three column I just score is if a student is uh, less than pass marks then fail, and if a student score greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, so next I just define create a pie chart. Okay, in pie chart I just first of all check the value count and the line space, and I just label pass and fail, and this is the float. Okay, so I just define the first of all size, second thing the color. Okay, color and then label pass or fail and explode. Okay, same thing I just write a plt dot subplot and define the pie chart the size, colors is equal to color, label is equal to labels, and autopack explode and shadow is equal to true. I just show you what is the shadow. This is the shadow, guys. Okay, this is the shadow. Shadow is equal to true. Same thing I first of all write the pass marks, same thing reading pass reading, and same thing the writing score. Okay, so I just create a pie chart in the math score. If math score is less than pass mark, student student gives a math score less than pass marks then fail, and if a student score a greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, for the all the three columns. Okay, so you have to see maximum a student get a greater than of the pass marks, like maximum student getting a marks in the 40 above. Okay, so you have to see our pie chart is the approx 4% student are fail and 96% student in pass in the maths paper, and the reading paper approx 3 point something student fail and 97.40% student are pass in the reading score paper, and the writing score 3.2% student is fail and 96.8% student are pass. Okay, so this is the our pie chart. Okay, so first of all in this column I just define first of all the pass marks and then create a column. I just create a three column and define if the student below the pass marks then fail, and if the student is the above the pass marks then pass. Okay, Next thing, I just assign a grade according to the our following criteria. Like if the student marks is the 0 to 42, then grade E. If the student marks is 41 to 60, then grade D. Then 60 to 70, grade C. 70 to 80, grade B. 80 to 90, grade A, and 90 to 100, grade O. Outstanding. Okay, so I just defined def function and get grade, percentage, and status. Okay, if the status equal to fail, then the return E. E means student marks is the 0 to 40. Okay, in between a 0 to 40. Next, I just call the if function. If the percentage greater than 90, then return O. If the percentage greater than equal to 80, then return A. Same thing, if the percentage greater than 70, return B. If the percentage greater than 60, return C. And if the percentage greater than 40, return D, and else E. Okay, so I just define all the things grade A to grade D. Okay, and then I apply the lambda function where I generate a percentage and the status. Okay, and I just call the grade value count, and you have to see maximum student belong to the grade B column. Okay, means grade B means maximum student marks is the 70 to 80 marks. Okay, in the every exams, like a math paper, reading paper, and the writing paper. Okay, and the lowest less than student who have the grade E. Grade E means the fail. Approx a student get a marks in the 0 to 40, in between 0 to 40. Okay, so I just call the def function and define all the things like a percentage. If the percentage is greater than 90, then O, greater than 80, then A, and the same thing. Okay, next thing, I just first of all I just count this value count. Okay, and the same thing, I just plot the pie chart. Okay, so in pie chart, first of all I just define the figure size, and in figure size I just call the label, and in label I just write a grade A, grade B, grade C, grade E, grade D. Okay, and next I just define the size. Same, I just define the color and this explode. Okay, and I just create a pie chart. In pie chart, I just first of all define a size, then color, then shadow, and state angle. Okay, next I just call the plt.ligand and the axis in equal, and just I call the plt.show, and you have to see our pie chart is look like good. Okay, so you have to see less than grade E is the lowest number. You have to see grade E is the approx 51 student, and this is the our lowest number, and the maximum number is belong to the 260. Okay, so you have to see B, grade B. This is the B part, approx 260 student who have the grade B. Okay, next thing, I just visualize the parental level of the education column. Okay, so I just first of all I define the figure size 50 and 18 figure size, and I just call sns.countplot, and in sns.countplot I first of all define the x value, data parental level of education column, and data is equal to data, and this is the hue like a grade column. I just call the grade column, and this is our color type, guys. Okay, and I just call the plt.show, and you have to see it show the every column, like in bachelor degree a maximum student belong to a grade B. This is our grade B part, and then C part, grade C. This is the grade C part, guys. Same thing, the bachelor degree, some colleges, master degree, and associate degree, high school, and the high school. So this is the visualize the every parental level of education in the our grade wise. Okay, so this is defined our grade wise, like in some colleges maximum a student who belong to the grade B part and the grade C part. Okay, and the lowest student belong to the grade E part and outstanding part. Okay, this is our green part is the outstanding part. You have to see this. Okay, next thing, I just plot the another count plot, and in count plot I just our hue is equal to a gender. Okay, so first of all I just call the SNS dot count plot, and in count plot I just define x is equal to data grades and data is equal to data, and I just define hue is equal to gender. You have to see our hue is equal to gender, male and female. Okay, so maximum student in a B grade, maximum male student is the highest score and the female score is the low, and the outstanding part you have to see outstanding part, male is the female is the highest score and the male is the lowest score. Okay, and the C grade part approx very similar, approx 120 130 female student who score the 120 marks above, and approx 125 male student who grade a C, given C grade. Okay, next I just plot the heat map. Okay, so I just define first of all the our figure size, and in figure size I just call a 18:16, and next I just define SNS dot heat map and data dot correlation. Okay, next I just define the color map is equal to rainbow and A naught is equal to true. What is A naught is equal to true? This is the A naught is equal to true, guys. Okay, it's show near this part. Okay, next I just call the PLT dot title and correlation between the attributes. Okay, so you have to see in the our heat map there are different colors. This is the red part is the highly correlated part, guys. Okay, and this is the blue part, this is the lowest correlation, means about the total score and the percentage is the highly correlated, and math score and the reading score, math score and the reading score, this part is the lowest correlation. Okay, so red part is the highly correlated and the blue part is the lowest correlation part. So this show me the heat map. Okay, so red part is the highly correlated and blue part is the lowest correlation. So this is the our plotting, guys. This is the all types. I've just plot all the types of plotting. I just check the all the percentage of the like a student grade and the pass fail of the student status, male or female, different types of graphs I just show you. Next part is the data preprocessing. Okay, so data preprocessing, first of all I just change the categorical column into a numerical column. So I just call the from SQL preprocessing import label encoder. Okay, and I just create a label encoder, and in label encoder I just call the test preparation course and just call the le.fit. What is the le? Le is there, I just define the label encoder. Okay, le.fit transform data test preparation course. Okay, and same thing I call the launch column. Okay, so data.launch le.fit transform data launch. Okay, next thing I just create a race entity column. Okay, and I just replace group A is equal to 1, group B is equal to 2, group C is equal to D, group E is equal to 4, and group E is equal to 5. Okay, group A is equal to 1, group B is equal to 2, group C is equal to 3, group D is equal to 4, group B is equal to 5. Okay, and I just check the value count, guys. Okay, so I just call the map value and the replace group A is equal to 1, group B is equal to 2, group C is equal to 3, group D is equal to 4, and group B is equal to 4. Okay, and you have to see in the group C means 3 value approx 319 students are belong to a 3 category means group C, and 262 students belong to a group D means 4. Okay, next thing I just change the numerical value into categorical value into numerical value, like a parental level of the education column. Okay, I just show you parental level of education column. You have to see parental level of education means bachelor degree, some of the colleges, and the master degree and associated degree. Okay, so I just change this categorical column into a numerical column. I just call the data.parental level education and le.fit transform and data.parental level. This is our column name, guys. Okay, and I just call the value count. Okay, next thing, I just call the gender column. Same thing, the pass math column, pass reading column, and the pass writing column, as well as the status column. Okay, so I just call the le.fit transform and change the categorical value into a numerical value. Okay, next part, I just call the same thing. You have to see same thing. I just do this, change the group A into a 1, group B is equal to a 2. Same thing, I do this. Outstanding is 0, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and E is 5. Okay, and I just check the all the value counts. Okay, so you have to see our 3 means C column, 300, 119 students belong to a C column, means 3 category. Okay, so this is the our change level encoder part, guys. Like we have to change data processing part, we have changed categorical value into numerical value, guys. Okay, and next part, guys, we have see the work on the independent and dependent variable. Like we have split the data into our dependent and independent variable, and then we have work on the training and testing part, guys, and the model building part. Okay, so that's all about in this video, guys. In this video, we have worked on the data processing part and the visualization part, guys. Okay, so that's all about in this video, guys. You have any doubt, any points, guys, please write in the comment section. Okay,